Welcome to another edition of RC Racing TV. We're in Portugal for the EFRA 2014 Large-Scale Touring Car European Championship, with coverage brought to you by Samba Pipes. Let's join your race commentator John Hindhoff for a look at the grid.
Our Samba Exhausts coverage of the EFRA Large-Scale Touring Car Championship is from Vila Real here in Portugal. And here's the grid. The Frenchman Bernard Alan Arenaldi on pole position from Martin Lissau, the Dane in second. Marcus Feldman, the current world champion from Germany, on 3. 4, Cedric Prevot from France. 5, Michael Donovan from Germany. Then it's Beer from the Czech Republic, Verbrugge from Belgium, Breyer from France, Martelli from Italy, and Guido Ruster from Germany makes up the 10. So waiting for the hooter, there it goes, and straight away our poleman gets away. A horrible start from the Dane Lissau in second place, and already there's an issue there as a round in the middle of the pack. That's really thrown a cat amongst the pigeons. The poleman's well away, and it was Prevot, I think, that went around there, the Frenchman from 4, Cedric Prevot, and that's allowed our pole sitter Bernard Alan Arenaldi has got away. Look at the gap that he's got there. It looks like Feldman, the current world champion, in second. It is, and off! Off has gone Donovan in, well, he was down in third or fourth position, perhaps a little bit further back. Michael Donovan from grid 5. So here's the start again. Lissau from grid 2 has a massive amount of wheel spin, but gets it back. And then watch Marcus Feldman there. Oh, that's right into the side of Cedric Prevot, the Frenchman, who'd had a decent run to that point. And there's more contact later on into the first corner as well. Now, how will our judge of fact see that one? What it has done is left the Frenchman Bernard Alan Arenaldi out in first position, and the rest of the guys trying to get their 7.5 horsepower down onto these very, very difficult conditions. Beyer there, we're watching Alice Blair from the Czech Republic in that yellow car. There is number 2, Lissau, back in fourth position now, and that is Giovanni Verbrugge, the Belgian, behind him. He's come off grid number 7. It has been very, very difficult conditions through the semi-finals. It was very wet, as you can see. Now it's starting to dry up, but these very heavy 9-kilo cars are searching for grip. Just rear-wheel drive, remember, from these 2-stroke 7.5 horsepower engines. I first went go-karting with only 7 horsepower, and these guys have got all of that going through the rear tyres, and you can see it's a handful. And the spin! That's Beer has gone around and loses a position there, down to fourth position. Through into third goes Lissau. I thought Lissau was out of it at the start, but he's managed to get his head back together and leads this gaggle of cars on the far side of the circuit from us. And that was a lovely move by Giovanni Verbrugge, the Belgian, who nips up into fourth position in the car with the green rear end and the white nose. There he is. He's under pressure though. That's third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh, pretty much together as one. One mistake here, you could lose several places. And it's going to be all about just timing your run. Meantime, it's still Arenaldi out in first position. Threatening clouds here at Vila Real in Portugal. As this little battle continues, you can see there, that's Feldman in second place, just nipped out of the picture in the infield. Might just catch a little glimpse of the dark blue and red car. The current world champion, the German, has been impressive, but he was a bit disappointed to qualify only down in grid 3. Top 5 from each of the semi-finals went through. Side-by-side action on the far side there for minor positions. Again, you can see where the damp patches are in the shadows here, and that is causing real problems for the drivers trying to get the power down. So Lissau there in the first of the 2 cars we're watching. In behind him with the green tail is one of the best movers so far, Giovanni Verbrugge, the Belgian. And at the moment, these two have just pulled away a little bit. Got a shot there of Feldman just going through. I think they're dragging back towards Feldman, in second place. The German knows how to win races and championships, but what if he's just pacing himself here? If it had been hotter, I would have thought we might have struggled on fuel consumption, but the guy's telling us before the race at this temperature. Oh, and a slide out of third place. Oh, what a mistake there. Lissau goes down. He's done well just to hold off one position, I think. So he's gone down to fourth. And let's have another look here, and that's just too much on the throttle. Nice recovery though. Through goes Verbrugge then into third position. So it's Arnaldi from Feldman from Verbrugge. And then everyone else battling for fourth on down over. There's the checkered car. The number 6 is Alice Bayer from the Czech Republic. And Prevost has the blue rear with the yellow front end on his car. That's the Frenchman from grid 4, recovering after being, well, attacked, frankly, by Feldman. Surprised that didn't get... I think any other time of the race other than the start, that might have got a penalty. But there was a bit of toing and froing and people trying to find the grip. As Lissau then defending from Prevost, 4th, 5th and 6th, what we're watching at the moment. Just going back to the point I was about to make before we had that incident, the guys telling us the cooler temperatures and the slippery surface, they think they'll go without a pit stop here. They should be able to make it. We've had drama in the last laps in this 5th scale category before the large scale touring car championship, European Championships, in association with Samba Exhausts on this tricky circuit of Vila Real here in Portugal. And Arnaldi still leads for France. This is the big battle on the circuit at the moment for 4th down. And at the moment, the Frenchman in the number 4 there with the yellow front end, Cedric Prevost, looks like he's a bit bored of sitting in 5th position and trying to go by Martin Lissau, who qualified from grid 2, the Dane. And he's gone through. Made that look very easy indeed. Very easy indeed. Alice Bayer just sitting in behind there in the yellow car with the checkers on it. Can the Frenchman pull away and do anything about Giovanni Verbrugge in 3rd, Feldman in 2nd, and the leader Bernard Alain Arnaldi, who we haven't seen that much of because he's having a race on his own. Still slippery, still having to just feel for the grip from the front and the rear end, and tiny little manoeuvres on the sticks here. Really can't afford to tense up. Now, someone in the pits there. I think that was Guido Ruster that went in there to the pit lane, and that's a problem. Wasn't really troubling the sharp end of the field, the man who qualified in 10th position. And still this battle raging on. Good stuff on the infield as the number 6, Alice Bayer, the Czech Republic driver, tries to have a go on our 2nd place qualifier, Martin Lissau. Dane's got to be disappointed with this run in the final, you know, qualifying, having won his semi, and now battling for minor positions here. Apparently he's just been engaged to his girlfriend, now fiancée. I don't know if that's disturbing his concentration. Perhaps we'll skip over that and just concentrate on what's going on the track. Now, that is the number 9 of Gianmarco Martelli from Italy, and there's our leader. And the reason we saw Gianmarco is because our leader is about to put a lap on him. So danger time then for Arnaldi, the Frenchman, who has had very little to do. We haven't seen that much of him because he's been, well, in elegant isolation. The timing and scoring here in our Samba Exhausts coverage from Vila Real tells me he's got about 3 seconds on the field, and that was a very nice clean pass. Starting to pick up a little bit of understeer there. When we get close in, you can just see he's having to put a little bit more lock on those front wheels there. Perfect example than he was earlier on. These are sort of semi-treaded tyres, which is counterintuitive to me, but it does seem to work. Full slicks on these heavy 9 kilo machines just seem not to have the ability to last the length of the races. There is our 2nd place driver, that is Marcus Feldman from Germany, and he has got to try and bridge that gap. And let's have a look at how his car is handling, not using all of the road there, trying to find a little bit of grip in the centre of the circuit. 3rd position, you just saw in the background there for a moment, Giovanni Verbrugge, the Belgian, with a little bit of green on the car. There is Feldman. Where is our leader? Don't forget, when he almost got a little bit of grip roll there. You saw the inside wheels just off the circuit on that left-hand hairpin, leading on the fastest part of the track now. We had a lot of the cars grip rolling in the dry here. It is a very abrasive service here at Vila Real, and a fabulous event again being put on by the organisers. There's Verbrugge in third place, excuse me, and it looks like Prévost, the Frenchman, is beginning to gain. Yes, and the lap times confirm that. He stealthed up to the back. There's a potential of a podium here for Cédric Prévost, recovering from that barge at the first corner. Well, his dander's up, the red mist is down, and he's beginning to reel in that number 7 qualifier. Giovanni Verbrugge definitely got the best of the schmozzle at the start of the race and took his opportunities very nicely. Sunshine beginning to bathe. Oh, and again, a little bit too much curb, and Giovanni, come on, keep the concentration going. I was just about to say he's not using as much lock as some of the other drivers. I wonder if he's just pacing himself and his tyres, but he's feeling the pressure now from Prévost in second place. Cédric Prévost, then the Frenchman, will have seen that out of the corner of his eye. He will know now that there's half a chance here, perhaps even better than that, of getting on the podium. There's a lap runner to come, and that is Gianmarco Martelli, the Italian, who is ahead of them. Just catch a little glimpse of the bright yellow car. So danger time coming for third place man, the number 7, Giovanni Verbrugge, the Belgian. And the Frenchman right in his wheel tracks here, taking a much wider line onto the start-finish line, just about keeping it on the black stuff. So the pressure is mounting. Now you've really got to keep the concentration going as we're moving in to the closing stages of the race. Speed gun telling me that true speed about here is 55 miles an hour, which in scale speed of course is 275 miles an hour. And these are big things to move around. 4-wheel brakes to slow them down, and they're hydraulic. So the guys, if you're transitioning up from any other form of racing, this does take a little bit of getting used to these cars. You've got to watch how the weight transitions, and there's plenty of it at 9 kilos. And the precision at which these guys are driving with 7.5 horsepower going through just 3 wheels, this is where the skill lies. And they look great, they sound great, and they produce great racing. And here is the danger time then. Will Giovanni be able to get... Oh, yes, just about gets through. Nice driving there by Gianmarco Martelli to let these two through, but Prévost is there. Prévost from France, now right on the tail, right underneath the rear wing then of third position. This is the battle for third, down to the far end of the circuit, and it looks like it's raining there. Looks like there was something in the air. Those black clouds are certainly threatening, and that would really throw a cat among the pigeons as Prévost tries round the outside, can't make it stick. Coming to the starting grid now, and you can sense a bit of defensive driving now, can't you? Oh, just a quick look at the leader there ahead, so he may have slowed just a little bit. Or the second place man, should I say. That was Feldman that I just caught there, the yellow the red and blue car, should I say. This is where the battle is at the moment. This is the final podium position in the EFRA Large-Scale Touring Car Championships here in Portugal. The Vila Real circuit has raced very, very well this weekend. And Prevost again favours that wide line, takes more speed, and now can he use it into the braking area? He's certainly closer than he has been. Tucks up the inside, he'll go down the inside. Oh, brilliant stuff by the Frenchman. He set that up from 3 corners back. Marvellous stuff, and now he's into 3rd position. Is there enough time for him to start tracking down the world champion, Marcus Feldman, the number 3, in 2nd position? Immediately, he's got the hammer down, and like a cork from a bottle, having been released from the back of the man he's been following for so long, Giovanni Verbrugge, he's off and running, and here comes Marcus Lissau as well to have a look at 4th position. And I'm wondering now, tyres. You've got to think tyres, or is it just tiredness and concentration levels that's setting in at the end of this race, as it looks for a moment as though the Belgian has lost his rhythm. His lap times have gone out a little bit, and he's going to have to keep the concentration here. Lissau, the Dane, qualified on the front row. Remember how he went backwards at the start of the race, and now all of a sudden the car's coming back to him. His lap time's getting better and better. So this is for 4th and 5th position. Just need to keep an eye on that yellow and blue car and see if that can get up the road and start to chase down Feldman in 2nd. I'm pretty sure that Arinaldi, who is away and gone, he had something like 3 seconds the last time I looked, and it hasn't really changed that much. I think he's gone, and I don't think he's going to be caught unless he has issues with back markers, of course, and that is always a danger. So here, side-by-side action, and Lissau chooses not to try and press it there. Could have been a bit of contact. That would have been disastrous. Takes a bit of curb this time. Now tries to get a different line. And let's see if he takes the wider line onto the start-finish line, as we saw Prevost do earlier. Or is he going to pinch it? Well, he's run a little bit wide, but he's following in the wheel tracks of the 4th place car. Down into the braking area. Takes a bit of a wider line. Little more speed through the apex. And is that Bayer who's catching them in the yellow car behind? No, that is, in fact, of course, they've just gone by Gianmarco Martelli, isn't it? Well, they're slowing each other up because Martelli is getting back towards them. So these guys are clearly slowing each other up. Having said that, Cedric Prevost is not getting away in 3rd position. Oh, and in fact, there is Prevost rolling right ahead of them. So 3rd place has just gone back to the number 2 car. That is remarkable. Now, was that too much curb or was it grip roll? Just caught it out the corner of my eye there. So now this is the battle for the last step on the podium. And Lissau, after a nightmare at the start, could still come away with the trophy. But the man from 7th position, Verbrugge, the Belgian, at the moment is defending. He's gone wide there and he can't pull the front end of his car back in. And the Dane is up to 3rd position. So it's Arinaldi, Feldman, and now Lissau in 3rd position. And can he do what the other drivers have not been able to do and consolidate his 3rd position? I don't think he can. And it looks like Prevost has just gone side by side and maybe up into 4th. Not quite, but he's having another look. As they come round onto the starting line, he's through. Prevost is back through into 4th position. So Lissau now has a challenge from behind. And not sure if he's got enough to moderate his pace a little bit. Great drive by Arinaldi, by the way. There is the 2nd place driver, the German Feldman, Marcus Feldman. And we're moving into the last couple of minutes here. Laps counting down. Here is 2nd place. I feel a bit of disappointment, I think, for Feldman. The current world champion might have thought he would have come here and done a little better. 2nd in his semi-final, 2nd to Arinaldi, who did win. And there here's Arinaldi coming up to pass Gianmarco Martelli for the 2nd time. Got another lap on the Italian. The Italian's been good value though, and although he hasn't been on the pace in the final, he hasn't got in anyone's way either. So the Frenchman now with more traffic ahead of him, but now he can only beat himself. No one is going to catch him. He's just got to keep the rhythm going as he goes past the number 6 of Alice Bear, putting a lap on the Czech Republic driver. And this has been a real demonstration. Once he got the start and Lissau had that big wheel spin, he was gone. And no sign of... Oh no, there is Feldman. I was about to say no sign of Feldman, but he's there behind the 2 lapped cars, and all of a sudden Feldman is in with a chance. There cannot be much time. We're ticking down. I think the Frenchman's done enough, but it's much closer. That's not 3 seconds now, is it, at all? There is the gap between first and second. Those other 2 are lap cars. Don't worry about them. And we're on the last lap. There will be no time for any more. It's now or never for Feldman. Oh, what a charge this has been by the German. The current world champion showing all his class and experience, and he's going to have a go, surely. Oh, he gets off the ground there. Loses traction as he went over the curb. Through the last corner, there's the checkered flag. And Arinaldi holds on with a charging Feldman in second place. Quite a remarkable run. And the EFRA Large Scale Touring Car Championship title for 2014 goes to France and Bernard Alain Arinaldi. Well, far closer than we expected in the EFRA Large Scale Touring Car Championship in association with Samba Exhausts. It was the Frenchman Arinaldi from Feldman, and while we were watching that battle, Mathieu Brière got past both Prévost and Lessau to claim 3rd place on the podium.
Bernard, congratulations, but that did seem like an easy win.
No, because the final was very stressed, and the distance with Marcus was very short.
How difficult was it today with all the different conditions and the rain and everything?
It was very difficult with the weather because it was raining and sun shining just after.
After your first European Championship, how are you feeling?
I am very happy because I was looking for the title from many years.
I'm happy because, like I told you earlier this day, it's a really gamble today with the tires and the setup and everything, and it was raining again a little bit in the final. So I think the car was good. It had the same speed than BR, and it's good. I had a bad start, so I lost about 2 to 3 seconds to Arinaldi, and I never really could close that gap. We both did similar lap times. The last 5 minutes I could push a little more. I could close the gap. I never was able to reach him to start a fight. So it was good. Both of us deserved it, and it's good.
Well, congratulations to Bernard, and don't forget, there's a whole world of RC action on our website, www.rcracing.tv.